It is a meeting that will decide the very fate of the World Trade Organization. The ministers from 159 countries gather here to resolve the 12-year-long stagnated negotiations since the conception of the Doha Development Agenda. The ministers are working towards what's being dubbed the Bali Package, which is basically a set of policies taken from the Doha round that is seen to be most agreeable by all and therefore can move the negotiations forward.
Success here in Bali will demonstrate to the world and to ourselves that we are still capable of coming to agreement on matters critical to the global economy.
But even with a less ambitious and less sensitive Bali agenda, the ministers are still facing huge challenges, as the nature of WTO agreements are legally binding and enforceable. The sticking point is the agricultural subsidy debate, where there are still a huge divide between developed countries that wants to lessen subsidies to create a free market against the developing nations that doesn't want this because it will hugely impact the food security for their people.
This is the sticking point that is threatening to derail the whole negotiation here in Bali, where the WTO is in a do-or-die meeting to show that it is still relevant and it can make progress.
Some progress, though, have been made, with agreements on helping least developed countries to integrate with the world's trading system has been reached. Trade facilitation talks are also well underway, with a deal that has the potential to add $1 trillion to the global economy is on its final stages. Agreeing on these deals means that the ministers would have surpassed their own achievements in the last 12 years, and that is a reason for optimism.
We have worked hard. You have made more progress than many critics of the WTO thought possible. Now you need to translate your progress into concrete outcomes. We must build on our progress and consolidate the goodwill that has emerged over recent months. We cannot afford to let our hard-fought gains fade away.
That concrete outcome will be crucial in keeping the faith in the WTO and, more importantly, its authority to issue binding rulings in trade disputes and ensure that countries play by the rules. Andy Sputra, CCTV, Bali, Indonesia.